Hey y'all, since I seem to be able to do a little more time when I do lives, we'll just do it this way. Now, as I got really annoyed seeing Shane Vibes Truth and Woke Breed sharing the same fear-mongering bullshit and then selling chalk, and not admitting that Sheila shit is high in testosterone is not good for women. Do you share that? No, you don't. You just want to sell a product. So I was pretty annoyed with that. And I saw some other pages reposting his stuff, and I'm just like, nah. I unfollowed that shit. Nah, I'm sick of the selling your bullshit and not telling the truth. Because, yeah, I've looked into that. I used to try and take Sheila shit and then found out it was very high in testosterone and is not good for women. I don't know about men. I'm not a man. I don't have a dick and balls. And, yeah. Men and women. Only two genders. But it is what it is. I wanted to do a video on an explanation of darkness, because I myself am dual. I am dual diagnosed with light and dark, and I don't think many spiritual teachers, most of which the big ones, they just tell you to get rid of your darkness, and darkness is, horrible, and, just focus on light and toxic positivity bullshit that just push all your feelings down and don't feel anything and just be positive all the time. I'm gonna be honest. Most people in the spiritual community probably won't understand, but I'm dual. I have both light and dark within me, and the dark is not bad. It's the entities, it's what sometimes comes with the darkness that is bad. But I have parts of me that know the darkness. I have things that are a part of me that are a part of the darkness that aren't bad. Just like they say, ego death. You don't want to kill your ego. Your ego is the most important, one of the most important parts of you, is born out of survival. So no, you don't want ego death. Sorry, but you are a very complex being, and the ego is a part of that complexity, and you don't want to kill it. You need it. Without that, you won't survive. That's the part of your brain that's like, danger, danger, danger. Something is coming, must protect yourself. And then you have all these fake spiritual fucking gurus like, kill the ego, love and light, burn there. No. We're dual beings. We all have dark and light, and somebody needs to talk about that. And, it's really hard because most spiritual people are just like, oh, darkness is bad. But the past few days, I've been going through an integration of the light and dark within me, and like doing spiritual protections just for the light and pushing out any darkness whatsoever is actually hurting me. And at present, I don't have an entity attached to me, so there's a part of me that needs some darkness because it's a part of me, and I cannot get rid of that. Doing any sort of, whatever you want to call it, saying be rid of the darkness, or only light, it's hurting me because we all have dark and light. So we need to be prepared to understand that we all have dark and light within us. So my reading, how do we understand the dark and the light within us? And of course, I'm using the Wisdom of the House of Night because it's one of my favorite decks. So how do we understand the dark and light within us? And as I said before, I only use flyers. Of course, it flew across the floor. Alright. Kind of creepy. Same cards as I got in my last reading. And then I'm using the Healing with the Angels deck. Don't feel like dealing with tarot today. But how do we deal with the dark and the light within us? Okay, real quick. Alright. How do we deal with the dark and the light within us? Oh, don't tell me not to smoke. I tried Chantix once, Mr. Vipendra. Shit literally made me go homicidal and suicidal, so I'd rather smoke and know the dangers than try that. But, okay. How do we understand the dark and the light within us? Alright, bottom of the deck is always the main energy. I read that last. First, we have denial with nature. If you saw my last denial and choices, it's kind of funny those two came out. But how to understand the dark and light within us is not denying that you have the darkness within you. You see these grapes. You see this hand. It's within the light. Do not deny that you have a part of yourself that is dark. And then nature. It is just natural to be dual. There's a balance in nature of dark and light. And you see in this card, she's in the darkness. She's standing within the dark. And then you have the light side, and she's like putting energy or whatever into this tree. It's dual. Don't deny that you have both within you. Do not exclude any part of yourself. You are both. Yes, there are entities that will completely take you over. You don't want that. You need to protect yourself, but do not deny that you have both. Then we have choices, which of course, dark and light. And I could swear this is an owl, but I can't tell since it's just so hard to tell. But L is wisdom. But you see this. He is dual. He has both. This is a strong energy that has both, is in this energy of acceptance, of etheric realm, having both energies of dark and light. Choices with listening. See this with dark and light? Then you have this with feminine and masculine. You have to integrate the dark and the light with the feminine and the masculine. You have to listen to what spirit is telling you, not what these spiritual gurus are telling you, which many of them are taken over. I'm sorry, they're teaching you bullshit. And that's probably why I'll never be very popular, because I don't tell you bullshit. But you need to listen to the light and the dark. There is wisdom in both sides. There's intuition. There are reasons for having a dark and a light side, and you need to listen to them. You need to understand that each of us have a feminine and a masculine energy. And they are divine energies. Yes, there are entities, there are beings out there that are completely fucking darkness that you do not want anything to do with. Trust me, I've been possessed. Don't want that, but there are parts of you that you need to accept that are both light and dark, masculine and feminine. Then we have bottom of the deck, main energy of the reading. It's loyalty. Feminine energy seems to be both within the light and the dark, because you see growth here, and you see kind of death around her. So she's just living it up within both of those energies. Like, hey, I got them both. There is life and there is death. That is light and that is dark. Then you have retreat. That is a spiritual aspect. You have to be loyal to both parts of yourself. You have to understand that you are here for a reason, and that when you are done, you are going somewhere else. But while you are here, you have to be loyal to the mission of the physical being of having both light, life, and dark, death within you as a three-dimensional being, a human in this world. Later, you may be able to retreat to whatever our soul goes to. None of us can truly know. I'm sure some can see that world, but I definitely know that my soul is going somewhere better, and I've tried to go there many times, but literally 3D life will not let me. Spirit will not let me retreat. But you have to be loyal to this existence to go back here. You have to know that you have both life-giving energy and death-giving energy, light and dark. In the 3D, you have to accept both. They are a part of you. Do not deny your nature as a dual being. You have to make the choice to listen to your light and your dark and your feminine and your masculine energies. That you are dual, to understand light and dark are a part of you. Feminine and masculine are a part of you. You cannot go here until you've been loyal to this. Trust me, I've tried to go many times, and Spirit literally won't let me go, because I gotta stay and do my mission. So, the reading about lightness and darkness, you can't deny that you have dark in you. You have to stop denying that. You have to stop denying a part of yourself. There is no ego death. There is no getting rid of the darkness in you because it's a part of you for a fucking reason. Yin and yang. You have light and dark. You just have to understand that they have their reasons. They are a part of something, yin and yang. They fit together. And it's just nature. Light and dark. It's nature. You have to make a choice to listen. You have to make a choice. Are you going to listen to the people that are going to tell you to kill a part of yourself? To avoid any negative emotion, any feeling, any whatever that is negative? Or are you going to allow that to integrate? Because you can't ignore that shit. You have to feel it. You have to let the light and the dark be a part of you, because that is what we are. Humans, we're flawed. We all have light and dark, but we all have the free choice to choose the path of which we're going to go to. That is our choice. Nobody's path is completely fucking cemented. We have the choice of which path we're gonna take, but we all have light and dark within us, and we cannot deny either. If you're fucking Stalin or Hitler, you've denied the light within you. If you're Mother Teresa or whatever, you've denied the dark within you. I don't know the life of Mother Teresa, and who knows? The victors write histories. Who knows who she really was? But you cannot deny that you have both parts in you. And I'm sorry, I do not believe in Catholic anything, history, whatever. Won't even get into that in this video, but you cannot be your whole self until you accept that you have duality, light and dark, masculine and feminine. You're not one, you're two, you're dual, you have both, but which do you feed? As the old saying goes, do you feed the bad wolf or do you feed the good wolf? Which do you feed? Doesn't mean that you get rid of the other. It's still in you. Just which one are you feeding? Don't deny it. Make the choice. And be loyal to the path that you have chosen. And you will get to, I don't want to say the promised land, but wherever your soul goes. Because I know my soul wants to go home, but in the human body, you don't really know. You have many people that say they know, but you don't know. It's all erased from you. Some people get little memories, but nobody knows everything because our brains can't hold on to all of that information. Like, some of us get little snippets. Like, I get snippets. I can't know everything. No one can know everything. We'd explode. But that's my reading. Advice on knowing the light and the dark, or whatever I originally asked. Love y'all. Have a good night.